Hey everybody, it's Conscious Medium Brandon Russ, and I'm coming to you live from the shop. Spirit Tree Artisan Shop is a fun shop that I've had for years, but as I've elevated and I've gone to, say, I don't know, online presence, now I'm going to bring this shop onto online presence. And somebody's got their voices on in the background. Who's got... Oh, it's me. I'm talking to myself. My ass is talking to myself. Isn't that great? What a jerk. I'm such a professional, as you guys have come to learn. So anyways, guys, what are the types of stuff that we have? We've got all the stuff that you need this holiday season. I know you're a bunch of crystal honks. That's why I'm going to be joined in just a moment by Sandy Smith, who is a certified crystal healer. She's got a couple of classes coming up, but more importantly, she's going to talk to you about all of the crystals that we're going to see here today. Real expert opinions and understanding and knowledge so you can go along in your journey. So, now what do you guys want to do? Hey, I asked you guys to do a little bit of sound off. Go ahead and type in below. Let us know what you think about some of the products that you see, things that you'd love to see as well. And also, want to know where you're from. We are a worldwide organization. And by the way, you can order this anywhere in the world. Now, if you're outside of the Big Five, you know what the Big Five are. The US, Canada, Australia, UK, and of course Malta for my dear friend Penny, who by the way is drunk texting me now. Anyways, besides the point, by the way, if you hear laughter in the background, that isn't a laugh track. That's the live audience that's sitting here. We have two actual shipping rates. The first one is anything that's going to go into a box. We're gonna let you know what that is. The only thing that's not standard is when we talk about the specimens. They're a little more expensive for some obvious reasons because of the weight, but everything is basically a $7.99 shipping flat rate. It's a simple, basic thing, and that way we really don't make any money on it, unlike some other people. It's just enough so that then we can cover our cost and get it to you in a safe and quick manner. By the way, everything that's ordered is shipped to you within 2 days, so you can expect it within 4. And the best part about this is that we have a full return policy. Blah, 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 blah. But why would you return greatness? I don't know, but here we are. All right, guys, without further ado, I want to introduce my co-host for this. All the way from, you work here, right? Sandy Smith, we're going to bring her on film here. We're going to bring her on camera here. Hey, Sandy, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
All right, did you get taller? Is this your first time doing this? Yeah, clearly. Anyways, it's all good. But anyway, Sandy, tell us a little bit about your crystal background.
All right, so I'm a certified crystal healer. With that, I'm recognized by the Holistic Medicine Institution as well as the World Metaphysical Association. So I like to say I know a little bit about crystals.
Yeah, she does. She's kind of, it's funny, we were in Sedona a couple of weeks ago, and she picked up every single rock that she found, and somebody picked up like a piece of asphalt. She goes, that's not really metaphysical, but you can keep it if you want. There was that too. Oh wait, you were the one that picked up the asphalt.
Yeah,
that's right. You kind of will collect anything anywhere. So the first thing that we're going to talk about, and by the way, this is going to be a runtime thing. You're not bidding on anything. You're not trying to buy it in any other shape or form. You're going to click on the link below. And by the way, you can keep this window open while you go to the website and you order whatever it is that you need to. You're going to be ordering right from that site, but there is limited supply for everything that we have. And there's 2 reasons for that. First of all, the world doesn't have everything. Second of all, when we're out, we're out. So you're going to want to buy this sooner than later. And I think we should really kind of like to start out with like a standard, kind of box thing here. This is kind of cool. We've got I'm going to actually put this right in front of, why don't you walk around and then laying that right in front of the camera there. We've got, so here's the challenge that a lot of people have when they first start out, and they go down this psychic smorgasbord, if you will, and they're like, oh my gosh, crystals, I want to find this, I want to find that. And Sandy's actually going to hold up some of these items and start to talk about them. What this is kind of a gift box with a little bit of everything. So this doesn't have to go to just one person. It will go to you, but then you can break this up and send it to other people, or you can just keep it as is and just deliver it as is, wrap it up, hand it off. It's already ready to go. Get your favorite wrapping paper. So let's talk about what's in these here.
All right, so this is going to be our holiday box. In our holiday box are going to have a crystal tree. It happens to be moonstone, which is going to be all about our intuition. Each box will have a intuitive stone for you. And we're going to have a mystery specimen in each box. In this box, it is a citrine cluster. We're going to have a sterling silver necklace as well. So this one is going to be selenite with a piece of black tourmaline attached, as well as a bracelet. And every box will have some kind of smudge, whether it be selenite, sage, Palo Santo, or artisan spray.
Little lady adjustment out here. Yeah, Sandy's picking those up and showing those one after another. Hey, everybody, we're seeing you. Hello. Hi, Donna in New Hampshire. Yeah, so Sandy, talk about the trees.
Okay.
Like there's different trees to this. Why don't you stand up here and talk, and I'll actually hold them up.
Yeah, so we have our mini trees. Our mini trees, again, they're going to be intuitively picked for each box. We have moonstone, labradorite, rose quartz, amethyst. So they're a nice little, I like to call them high vibrational decor. You can put these inside your space, inside your room, at your desk, and it's going to give those positive energies that crystals, give us that we know and love.
And, and I love this necklace as well. Talk to me about selenite. Why do we wear selenite?
Yeah, so selenite has the ability to not only cleanse our environment, but our aura as well. So actually wearing a piece of selenite is going to repel any kind of negative energy.
And just in terms of a value, this is a $50 box, but this specimen alone is kind of sort of close to $50, everybody. So You're really getting value out of that. The trees retail at 20, north of 20. The selenites are, again, anywhere from $5 for a stick. And then the necklace is about 10 or 12. This bracelet here is 15. Again, this is a nice little starter set. This is great for that niece or nephew that's kind of sort of into crystals, but you don't really know what to get them. And then all of a sudden you get them something shiny. You get them something for the mantle, and then you get something for around their neck that they can wear. It's a great idea, and it's got great implications, because all of a sudden your cloud has gone up this holiday season. And let's be honest, how many times have you given a gift and they look at it and then you never see it again? I will say bottoms to dollar, You're going to give this and they're going to talk about this for a really long time. You're going to see them wear the necklace. You're going to see them wear the bracelet. You're going to see them talk about the crystal. And by the way, you're going to understand what it is that you're giving them, because when you get this, the specimen, the special specimen that you're getting, will have a little write-up. So you'll be able to tell them exactly, this is what, the citrine does. What are some of the other options that we've had? We've got like Herkimers.
Yep, we have some citrine, Herkimers, black tourmaline. We have some towers, some points, so a whole bunch of different crystals that...
Asphalt.
Yeah, asphalt. That could make its way into the box.
Why not asphalt? Never going to let you live that.
No.
Oh, it's hysterical. So who else do you think would buy something like this?
I think any crystal lover would actually, even if we're not dividing this one up, anybody that is into crystals or even curious about crystals, this is a great starter pack, because you're kind of getting a little bit of everything.
Yeah, so the retail value on this is over $80. This is yours for $50. Again, you're going to get this really well packaged. And again, the trees won't necessarily be spread out like this, but they're really easy to do. I just did it. And if I can do it.
Right. And when you do get your trees, I urge you guys to spread them out while you're making an intention for the actual tree.
Yeah, talk a little bit about how you, and first of all, I think you also have to understand, and this is going to be a common question. People are going to say like, oh, if I knew I could get that crystal, then I would do that. Talk about the intention that you use when you make these boxes.
So I put out an intention for the start of a new year. Citrine being a stone of not only manifestation, but abundance. It's also a great stone for health and wealth. So that is the reason why I picked these stones for this box.
And what's interesting is that I think if you read between the lines of what you just said, she's connecting with the universe to make sure that you get what you need. So if you put the intention into this, that you're going to receive what you need, you're going to get the crystal that you need, the specimen that you need, the person that you have intention with. It's following the trail of intention. And isn't that the work that we do here? So this is a great perspective part right? It's a simple box. It's got a few things. It's a great starter things. And with the way prices are, the idea of basically getting $35 off of something, it's a huge windfall. We want you to kind of start out things like this. But I also know that people are hungry for this. So this is a great spot for somebody to get if you're just starting out, you're not really sure where to go with. But let's start talking about one of the larger boxes. Do you want to get the mega box?
I will.
Do we call it the mega box?
We did call it the mega holiday box.
The mega holiday box. Who named this? You?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this. The mega holiday box. What's All right, let's talk about the mega box here.
All right, so this would be a great box to divide up if you were looking to put different crystal pieces inside of
So many
maybe a
pieces.
stocking or such. So in this one, we're going to have 2 of the mini crystal trees.
Right.
So this one is an example of the labradorite that could be in one of your boxes, as well as the rose quartz.
Let's go back as we go through this.
Yeah.
What are the properties of labradorite?
So labradorite is actually a great stone for transformation. This is going to be a stone that's going to aid us and support us on aligning with our truest self. It's also a great stone for self-discovery. If you look closely, you can see the rainbow reflection, and that is due to trap water while forming the labradorite. And that is just a reminder.
I'm just laughing at everybody off screen. They don't know what to do with stuff when I hand it to them.
It's just a reminder to go within ourselves. So it's the purest form of water. So it's going to, really work on connecting to the purest form of ourselves.
And even on a tree that size, the fire that comes with it, it's called fire when it catches that water and it reflects and all that other good stuff. It's a pretty amazing thing, and you can even get it on each one of those. And I see you with the rose quartz there.
Yeah, so rose quartz, as most of us know, is all about unconditional love. This is going to be love for all things, love for ourselves, families, friends, relationships, so on and so forth. But this is also sending out love as a collective. So rose quartz is a pretty cool.
Yeah, here, hand that to me, and talk a little bit about the bracelets too.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to make this tree look presentable. Again, you're going to get it kind of packed in, but when you go to give it, it's just kind of fun to do this. But talk about these bracelets, because these are
right. So with this box, you will get 3 bracelets. They will be 3 different bracelets, and they will be with different traits. So in this box, we have grounding. This is going to be lava stones. So these are going to be stones that are going to remind us to stay grounded, especially during this time going into the new year, and definitely keeping, a steady foot on the ground. It's also going to be great for protection. And these stones are excellent for absorbing essential oils. If that's something that you work with, you can carry that throughout the day.
And it's interesting too how much the essential oils and the crystals really kind of work hand in hand, and when you work with them together, I personally don't do a lot of essential oil stuff, aside from, I don't get involved with any other companies. We'll leave it at that. But what I do appreciate is when somebody really works with them on an intention. There's a lot of power to it, because it's kind of like a 1-2 combo. And it's funny. How do you like my tree? How did I do? How'd I do? Did I do okay? I'll just kind of bring it up there. Listen, if I can make it look like this, then you can make it look like this. Talk about these bracelets, though.
Yeah, so the next bracelet is going to be green aventurine. Green aventurine is a great abundance and joy stone. So this is going to be a stone that you're going to want to wear when you want to bring in those elements of positivity. Green aventurine is also great for heart healing, if that's something that you're working on. And then last but not least is mahogany obsidian.
This is great.
Mahogany obsidian is a solar plexus stone. So this is going to be working with self-empowerment. This is going to be that gut intuition, and really moving forward again to align with our truest self. Going into the new year, setting those, those intentions, those manifestations for the new year. It's a great stone.
And you know what I think is interesting too? I mean, one of the things that I don't know if you guys have picked up on what goes on my channel. By the way, you hear people in the background here because we have a connections fair going on. There's people that are coming in for readings. There's people that are coming in to do work. There's people in the shop. We're showing you these exclusives that you can only buy here through the YouTube. So, so when you hear talking in the background, that's what's going on because this is a live working space. But as per usual, if you've gotten the vibe of everything that I do on my channel here, it's about education. It's about making sure you understand what this stuff is and how it all works together. And it's a very cool package because you're getting a little bit of everything. And like true to form that we had talked about before, you're going to get what you need out of this. Sometimes you just have to trust the universe and say, hey, give me what I need here. And Sandy's the right person to connect it. She knows what she's talking about. Walk us through the rest of the box here.
All right, so in this box as well, we have another sterling silver pendant. This is going to be selenite. Again, selenite is the crystal that absorbs and reflects any kind of negative energy. Negative energy is anything that doesn't resonate with you. It's also going to be a intuition activation stone. So this is going to be a great stone when we're working with our intuition as well. We're going to have a selenite wand. Again, this is one of those items that could be a mystery specimen. The selenite wand is excellent for smoothing out any kind of energy within our chakras. It's also great for putting it above a doorway, a front doorway. This is going to absorb any kind of negative energy that we don't want to bring into our home, so on and so forth. But it's also great to cleanse our crystals that we have around our home. So selenite has the ability to absorb any kind of energetic debris that our crystals would also hold on to.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you step in front of the camera and talk about this?
Okay.
Here you can go ahead and grab that. I'll hold this up. This is our smudge spray, and it's formulated off camera. I just bring that on camera. Am I off camera? Camera off. Camera 1. Camera 2. Camera 1. Listen, if you're not having fun, you're in the wrong spot. So, hey, listen. So the smudge spray is actually something that you can, when you can't burn smudge. The reason why this was developed is so that you can take it anywhere. You can use it anywhere. And it's a great handy resource. And by the way, you can take it on airplanes, just to let you know, you can still travel with it. And as you see, I've already stolen a couple of bracelets out of there. This is what it looks like. I'm a hand model, really. Some of you don't know this or not. Read about the voiceover work in Macy's State Parade. Let's talk about actually having the hand model. Isn't this fantastic? I probably shouldn't have bitten that one. All right, we'll keep that off camera. But look at that, right on the wrist, everybody.
Yeah.
What about the smudge? Talk to us about smudge.
Well, real quick, back to the bracelets. When you stack them up, you're using the properties and the energy from each of the crystals working together. But back to the smudge. So smudging is an ancient technique that removes negative energy from a space. When we are working with any kind of smudging tools, it's called energetic hygiene. So that's just when we go through and we would light either of these, sage or Palo Santo, and we can go over our crystals, we can go over ourselves, go through a room, and it's just going to cleanse and clear the energy for us when we don't have something like a smudge spray.
What do you mean a smudge spray? Can we sample this?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry if I got that on you. That was fully intentional, everybody. I knew exactly what I was doing. I was smudging her. By the way, it's kind of like a vampire thing. If she starts to burn a little bit, you know what's going on. There's way too much sunlight. She's not a vampire. I did invite you in, though. That's what it looks like. Go ahead, tell me how it smells.
It smells minty. We got a little bit of lavender in there. So we have mint, lavender, frankincense, and white sage as well.
It's like the 4 horsemen of deliciousness. Wait a minute, don't eat this. Gosh, what did I just say? Anyways, we're having a great time. So in other words, when you can't burn things, just go ahead and spray this in your eyes and you'll be blinded. No, don't do any of that. We have no insurance. So the best part about this is you're going to get a little bit of everything to this. And these boxes by design are so that then you have a little bit of everything for everyone. By the way, don't forget yourself through all of this. I'm just saying.
Right, and just to add, with the mega box, you will also get a free ticket for you and a friend to Crystals 101 and Crystal Gridding with me. So,
Are we not doing you a solid or what?
when you do buy the mega box, I will send you an email and we'll get that all set up.
But how many go in? I'll give you a hint.
5.
It's only 5 of you, so hurry up and get in on it earlier than anything else. It's a bonus for the first 5. So if you get it, you get the box. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter which number you are, but the first 5, you won't know until you get an email from her. There you go. It's kind of fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, and you act like you've done this before. All right, so let's talk astrology here for a minute. You guys like astrology? I know you do. You're on my channel for a reason. So what do you give somebody for astrology for the holidays? Just throw them outside. The neighbors will get them. So the goal of what I do, of course, is education, right? You guys know me to talk about astrology all the time. You know that I talk about things like, my members are enjoying right now my video a week on astrology, and I just kind of keep these behind the scenes. This week it was Hunter Biden. Next week, well, I'm not going to let you know who it is next week, but you see what Penny and I talk about with astrology. You see the types of things that I talk about in terms of the cycles and the way the world is. This is a really cool aspect, and I wanted to have something on here that had something to do with astrology. Those of you that have been tuned in for a while know that I had a promotion about Signs of the Soul. And if you don't remember it, I'm going to bring its creator on right now. She is a fantastic artist, and she's still sitting there and acting like she doesn't pick up on social cues. Is this your first time you've done this?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Come on. So, yeah, meanwhile, our producer's quit. He took off. And, hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, you get taller? All of a sudden, I was like, I felt like I had to do one of these, and I'm kind of standing up. So let's talk a little bit here. You give me one of them.
Okay.
And then if you want, once you put the other one right there under the camera there, Matt will do any correction that you need to. There. Look at that.
Pretty good, right?
Is it exactly the way it needs to be? You're hired. Way to go. So these boards make a great gift. And the reason why I'm going to bring this up to you, I'm going to go over the entire kind of spectrum to it. And then I want to talk a little bit about how you came to this. The reason why you give astrological signs and symbols is so that then you encourage them and remind them who they are and who they came from. In other words, we are that of the stars, so we want to make sure that we are reminded of the stars. But talk to me about the inspiration of, like, how did you come up with these? These are super.
Well, I had a paint and sip business before COVID, and I had all this wood left over, so I decided to make a bunch of signs and decided to sort of have that metaphysical sort of theme. So these are just 2 of the astrology themed signs that I offer. They're all handmade from
These are great.
Start to finish.
These are great, and they're in the way that they're put on here. There's like a permanency to them. And who are you going to get these for? By the way, guys, pay attention to the sun, moon, rising. Do we have to go over this? Well, we're about to.
Okay.
So sun, moon, rising. In other words, your sun, that was kind of the birthday, right? Then the rising, what time were you born on that day? And then the moon, also the time, 2.5 days, all that other good stuff. You can go any way with this. If you want to go a little bonkers on this, you can actually get 3. You should especially pay attention if somebody doubles down or even triples down on their sign. Like if you're a triple Sagittarius, first of all, good luck putting their clothes on. Second of all, you also, that was just a joke.
Okay.
It's a horrible joke, but it's a good joke nonetheless. We're still working it out while we're live. But anyways, enough about the triple Sagittarius. However, if they really truly identify with their astrological sign or their rising sign or their moon sign, this is a great gift for them. Not really sure what sign they are? Start looking at some of the resources on the back end of my YouTube channel. Not a member yet? Maybe you should be. Just kind of letting you know. Anyway, so what do we, the retail on these I've seen these at craft fairs for $50, $60. How much are we selling these for?
$29.
$99.
$29.99.
Ah, there we go. We got it right. Meanwhile, poor Sandy's having a panic attack in the background going, I got the number wrong. I did the number. I didn't know you didn't. That's the number. $29.99. This is going to fit into one of those flat rate shipping, the $7.99. But if you buy multiple ones, you're still only going to get charged the one shipping price because it's one box. Up to 5, we got to have limits.
Okay.
You know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
You know how that goes. Yeah. You're Sagittarius rising.
Boxes,
you
though,
have
right?
no limitations whatsoever. So what's your sign?
Aries.
Air.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Smart.
Do you know your rising sign?
Oh, no. I do not. Uh-oh.
All right, let's do your astrology now.
Okay.
Fantastic. I want to give a shout out to everybody that just ordered something. Thank you so much. The notifications are coming in fast and furious. Thank you so much, guys. So let's I'm using one of these companies. By the way, if this company doesn't get back to me that I'm using on my phone, I'm no longer going to pump you up and talk about you anymore. Astro chart. By the way, every time we say the word astro, everybody goes somewhere else. All right, Vicky. So what's your actual birthday, if you don't mind talking about it?
March 27th.
March?
You need the year?
Whisper it if you want.
1971.
A lot of people are like, do you know your date of birth? What is it?
3/27/71.
No, your time.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I said the
no.
wrong thing.
My mother doesn't remember those things.
Okay.
I
Oh,
guess.
okay. So maybe
Yeah.
this is why you don't know your is there some sort of folklore like, oh, I had you in the morning, or hey, it was the middle of the night?
I think it was the morning.
It was the morning. So
Yes.
let's go at 9:30.
Okay.
And by the way, I know that half of you astrologers that completely watch everything that I do and you stalk Penny and I know who you are, by the way. I do. Thank you. It's called show prep for you. Anyways.
Yep.
How'd I know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I read people for a living. I know that you do that. I know you guys are flipping out going, you're not supposed to do it that way. Well, let me tell you something. First of all, you're assuming that just because you have a technical paper that says a specific time, you assume that they're not crazy and they wrote down the right time. Do you know how many mistakes happen all the time and people use the wrong astrological date? I would rather go with the family lore of saying, oh, my mom, it was sometime in the morning. It was like mid-morning. So let's go with 9:30 in the morning. Anyways, gosh. Congratulations. It's a bouncing baby Gemini. Holy Toledo. Look at this. Look at this chart.
It's very pretty.
Oh, and you were born right after a new moon?
No.
Does that mean anything to you? Okay, so you are a double Aries.
Oh.
You're really easy to get along with.
Oh. Okay. No. I don't think a double Aries could be good.
Oh, and also
It's probably not good.
and also being a Gemini rising, it means that you don't always pick up on sarcasm.
Oh.
So anyway, so if anybody asks you, based on the jargon that we just pulled apart, you are an Aries with a Gemini rising and an Aries moon.
Okay.
And by the way, the Aries moon is probably that is going to be within an inch accurate, right?
Okay.
The rising sign, like if you were to pull out your birth certificate tomorrow and it's like, oh, I was born at, probably 4:20 in the afternoon.
Probably 4:20.
Fine, that was kind of a joke. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Anyway, so be here all weekend. So if you were to find out that your time was a little bit, oh, it's not a reverse. But if I hold it like this, do they see it better? By the way, look at that. It'd been great if I like karate'd that. But this is really solid. You also receive with it a clip in the back where you can hang this anywhere. So you're gonna be able to kind of like hang it on right here. Some people want it in the center because of how it sits on the wall. If you want to put it up here, we purposely don't put anything on that. But this is a solid. What is this, oak?
I think it's a pine.
What'd you cut down? When you cut down the tree yourself and then you treated it, and you primed it,
Yes.
boy, you're like a mountain woman. You're like, hey, I just cut down trees, and then you eat the bark off first because that's what you're supposed to do, and then we're just making stuff up. But these are really cool quality signs. And go ahead and write down below, and we're going to select somebody. How about if we give one of these away?
Okay.
We're in Sagittarius season, right? Right up until just before Christmas. And by the way, if somebody is born a few days before or after Christmas, no doubling down on the gifts. Capricorns do not like that at all. Just a little bit of a heads up. But if you give us your sign, we are going to give you your sign below. And by the way, if you're getting the recording of this after the fact, it still counts because we're going to select it a week from today. We're going to let everybody know then where this is. So you got a little bit of time to do this. And what else? What else do you want to talk about? Tell me a little bit about Signs of the Soul. What are some of the other things that you do? We're offering this today, but let's primer some of our future stuff.
I do have an Etsy shop, Signs of the Soul shop, and I do have some other metaphysical themed signs on there.
Awesome.
Some of them, I have like moon phases and I don't know, just some different, I have Reiki boards.
Reiki board. Ooh,
Reiki
tell me about the
boards.
Reiki boards.
Those are, well, some of them are colorful, some of them are not, depending on the chakras. So those are boards. I don't know, where's Sandy? Sandy can tell me more about them. Sandy made me make them. So
There's a t-shirt out there that says Sandy made me do it. For me, it was on top of a mountain.
So if you're a Reiki master, you can practitioner, you can use them. I think you said almost like virtually, right? Mm-hmm. With the crystals and.
So what she's talking about is distance healing. So if you do distance healing, this would be a great idea for you as well. We're offering this through the Spirit Tree Artisan, but I just like and subscribe her stuff. Get out there to her Etsy shop. Let it flow in there. This is a great promotion for her. She's living her dream. She's living her best self by doing stuff like this. And it gives me an opportunity to talk about the education part of all of this metaphysical stuff. Because when you first get into this, there is this smorgasbord of spirituality. And you hear about Reiki, and you hear about your signs, and then you hear about crystals, and then you get tarot decks, and then what's a pendulum, and then all of this stuff. That's why when I teach, I actually talk about each one of these modalities and how they connect together. Well, Vicky's done a great job of taking these modalities and being able to create keepsakes for them. They're handy-dandy tools. Her chakra stuff is really cool. But we purposely focused in on the astrology right now. We'll be offering other things here down the road, but if you want to jump the track, find her on the soul... Signs of the Soul shop. She's got a shop. It's called Signs of the Soul Shop. Mm-hmm. Shop. You say something about 420? Anyway, so Vicki, thank you so much for being a part of things.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
How do you like this? We kind of threw you right into the mix.
Yeah,
you were just like, what am I doing?
Yeah, you got to be ready for anything.
Yeah, you were bumming eyeshadow from Matt. You got some lip gloss from Carol. Like you really, you were just like, oh, the camera's going to be here. Yeah, there you go. You're doing a great job. Well, listen, guys, $29.99 when you buy multiple ones. It's still a flat. Hey, everybody, it's Conscious Medium Brandon Ross, and I want to talk to you today about this board. My gosh, flat rate shipping for up to 5 at $7.99. So be sure to get the multiples on this one. And then also check out her Etsy shop, Signs of the Soul shop on Etsy. How did I do?
Great.
Was that okay?
That was great.
Was that okay? It's like I speak for a living. And I read people for a living. And you're a double Aries.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Just say thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're not rushing her off, but look at this, and here's a secondary design. Again, when you go to the spirittreeartisan.com, you're going to see a couple of different options, and we'll be able to. Oh, is there a lot of light glare on that? We're in the afternoon sun. I guess she. My viewers have watched me readjust everything in the middle of it, so we're all good. Oh, all right, so now what do you guys want to do? Do you like the crystals? Do you like these boards, these signs, this astrology? I think we should really kind of dive into some crystals, some specimens, and these are one of a kind. So as we talk about these, I want you guys to recognize that there is only one of a kind pieces. So it's a first come, first serve. I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to have Sandy pop on here as I talk about the power of crystals. Hey, why do we use crystals? Yeah, winner, chicken dinner.
Before you jump into that, Kelly did leave a comment about how she has worn some crystal jewelry, some crystal pieces, and felt as though they have gotten heavy over time. So my recommendation for that would be to smudge it. So any kind of sage or Palo Santo will work wonders. I personally don't recommend putting crystals under water because it can dissolve some crystals, it can pit them, or overall just lessen the integrity of them. So I would recommend any kind of sage or Palo Santo with that.
All right, so what have we learned so far? Crystals have power and don't drown the baby. Hope you're all weekend. All right, so listen, Sandy's going to actually talk about this beautiful amethyst, and we're going to move it around a little bit. We're going to make sure that we have some light connected to it. And this is a one-of-a-kind piece. This was actually mined in Uruguay. It's been in our shop here for a couple of months. We got it over the summer. We did an auction a while ago, and nobody bid on this. And you're going to talk about the price, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about the qualities of it and really just let everybody kind of see what we got here.
Yeah, so this is, again, going to be a amethyst from Uruguay. We have some wonderful clear quartz in it as well. The edges have been smoothed for aesthetic purposes. This piece is going to be $125. Again, we're looking at least the 3-pound crystal here. We're going to have those clear quartz inclusions. So when we're looking at amethyst, we are going to look at properties that are going to relate to the third eye or the crown. So these are going to be intuition stones. These are going to be the stones that are going to connect us to the cosmics, whether that be through meditation, intuition, intellect, knowledge, anything like that. It's also the highest vibrating earth stone. So this is going to be a stone that people are usually very drawn to. It's going to be a stone that you're going to feel the energetic vibration pretty easily.
Yeah. And hi, Cindy. How are you? I never put 2 and 2 together. Miss Vetter, thank you so much for joining us here. And I'm so glad. I'm glad to see you guys soon. You know, a lot of the crystal work, and again, I'm a skeptic. You guys know I'm a skeptic. Like, I got to go find the science, which is why I dove headlong into astrology and understanding meanings and interpretations and all that other good stuff. And the thing I'm going to say about crystals is, even if you don't know what you're doing yet, you've got to recognize that there is a part of you that resonates with the crystals. And crystals have a vibration that creates a constant. So when you're getting inundated, when you're getting over-torn by feelings, emotions, and all that other stuff, as an empath, you're getting it from all over the place. You're getting the energy of the space. You're getting the energy of the other people. You're getting residual energy that may have happened in that space, that have happened to those people, all of that stuff. Crystals create a constant for you. And that's why you pay attention to the properties. And with the properties of amethyst, they're also known as a great healer. They're also known as the sobriety stone. There's a lot of different things with that. What's the significance of having that quartz right in the center of that, or right connected to that?
Yeah, so quartz is also considered to be quartz is going to be considered to be a master healer. So with that, it's going to absorb, it's going to store, and then it's going to be able to direct any kind of intention that you're putting into the quartz. So quartz is a great stone for any kind of manifestation work, any kind of gridding work, so on and so forth. But having that inside the amethyst, it's going to boost any properties that the amethyst has. So it's going to intensify any properties. It's going to direct all that energy exactly where you need it to go.
How much is it?
$125.
Holy Toledo. Get rid of it. See you soon. If this isn't gone already, I don't know who. I'm going to buy it. Really, $125?
Yeah.
Really?
$125.
What are you, crazy? That thing's worth like $400.
Yeah. Whoops.
Sandy is your new best friend. She is in charge of pricing. She is in charge of, and she's in charge. Well, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to, if I get to my desk and it hasn't been bought, I'm going to buy it. This is pretty cool. And by the way, I'm going to give it to you for Christmas. I'm going shopping. So I'm going to give it a 4K look right there. How's that, Matt? There you go. A shout out to our producer of the day, Maddie K, lifelong friend, known him since I was 5 years old. We ended up flipping off one of the neighbors and getting in so much trouble we can't even see straight. Do you remember that, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny. Sorry, Mr. Hayes, but you kind of deserved it. It was 11:11. True story. He and I are both flipping him off. It was hysterical. And then he's like, why would you do that? Anyways, guys, 125, price to sell. Keep it going, everybody. How about we take a look at another specimen? What do you say?
Citrine?
Yeah.
All right.
This is right here. You give me this. I'm going to hold this guy up here. And by the way, this should give you some feel for its size. And you guys are not going to believe the price on this one either.
So this one is going to be 45. But the really cool thing about this piece is it also stands up on its own. So this is a great decor piece as well as having those properties of the crystal. So it has a nice reflection to it. So citrine is a great stone, again, for that solar plexus. With the solar plexus, it's all about our self-empowerment. It's our gut intuition. It's where we hold all of our self-doubt. So if self-doubt is something that you're working on, citrine is going to be a great stone to help alleviate any of those feelings. It's also a great stone for, again, health and wealth. I can't recommend the stone enough if you're somebody that's just looking to get over a hump and work through either of those.
And you know what's also interesting with citrine as well? This is great for your, and you look at the statistics in the United States, more people work for themselves than they work for companies now. This is a great gift for anybody that you know that owns their own business, no matter how small, no matter how large. It's an abundance and manifestation stone. So if you want to go super classy and give them something super unique, here it is. This is one of those things. Sandy, I'm almost afraid to ask how much you're charging for this.
45.
I'm sorry. What? 45 what? 45 ponies? 45. None of this is going to get out of here. These guys are going to walk out of here with it. The gallery is going to buy it. $45 for that.
Yes.
Incredible. I don't mean to sound like Crazy Eddie, but these prices are a little insane. It's kind of okay. But when I started a crystal shop almost 6 years ago, in the area that I'm in, there were literally 3 other shops aside from mine. And they were all like a half hour, 45-minute drive in any one direction. Post-pandemic, there are 18 of them. And by the way, they all do certain things well, and they all do whatever, but they've also kind of saturated things. One thing that I took a lot of pride in was making sure that things were reasonable and affordable. And the reason being is because I really think that this isn't necessarily just like with your gift. You price it in a way where you can share it with everybody. Now, what goes into that are things like time, consideration, experience, that sort of thing. When it comes to crystals, what we're trying to do is still do what we love with them. So when you buy them, there's a fair markup on it. Also, on top of that, we're also not getting gouged. Go ahead and comment below and talk about our prices, because you do not find these anywhere else. Share this with a friend right now and tell them what's going on here. Sandy, how about if we talk about, I know we've gotten some comments about the trees already. Why don't we talk about a few of the sizes of the trees and how we can buy them individually?
Yeah.
How are we doing? You got a report from the producer? What does he think about this so far? Matt, how are we doing back there?
It's lovely.
How many people are on board right now? 4. 11? Uh-oh, super 11. Rachel says hi, everybody. Hello from the neighborhood. Oh, Miss Vetter just bought it. Ding, ding, ding. Whatever it is, it's gone. I don't know which one she bought. Either the citrine or the amethyst. You got a great price either way. The reason why I really like these trees is because this is a great way to kind of, you can get a whole bunch of these and keep them in your pocket. By the way, have you gone through TSA if you're a crystal honk? Like, when you go through TSA and then you just start taking out like one crystal after another, and you're like, will this show up? Will this show up? And then all of a sudden they turn around and they say, the X-ray thing won't pick up crystals. Meanwhile, you're still like dumping them out. It's like mixed in with your change, kids' pictures, whatever you travel with. I don't know. But this is a great way to display your crystals. If you're not really in the market for one of the bigger pieces, but you're in the market to make sure that you give a great gift, we've got a couple of really cool options with this. Sandy, talk about this.
Yeah, so these are going to be our mini crystals. These were the ones that were in the box. Again, this is going to be our smaller size, but we have rose quartz, unconditional love. We have amethyst. Amethyst is going to be that highest vibrating earth stone. It's going to help us go through any kind of repeating patterns that we want to break, and again, work with that third eye for intuition. Rainbow moonstone is going to be a stone that is great not only for the crown chakra and connecting to divine energy, cosmic energy, but it's also going to bring in goddess energy if that's something that you're looking for.
Always.
And then labradorite is going to be, again, that transformation stone. This is going to be a great, great stone if you are working with your intuition, because it's going to really help you get over any kind of hurdle within meditation, within self-discovery and learning.
I feel like I'm Mr. Miyagi. Thank you, Daniel-san. Get it? Tree pruning. I'll be here all weekend. Anyways, you guys just saw what I did with this. It's a lot of fun. They're really full. They've got a really cool wood base on it, so it'll go anywhere, kind of sitting with the natural theme. This is actually a tape liqueur, because liqueur, like, we drink what we eat here. Anyways, lacquer, thank you so much. Jesus, for the love of Pete. English is my third language. Say hello, Australia. Anyways, so this goes on there. It's a tape. It actually holds the wire in place. It's super sturdy. You can grab onto it like this. The kids are going to pick it up and they're going to throw it around. My suggestion, adopt them all. And then it's just bend and fold back into place. So they're pretty durable. This wooden base is it's authentic looking, and it turns into a great gift. Yeah, sure. There you go. So we've got the two different sizes here. We've got the small and the large. Did we have medium? No, I don't think we did. Yeah, we ran out of those, and we saved a couple for the boxes. But this is your size difference here, for the small and the large. It's, and again, in terms of like the metaphysical, and again, think about this for the gift-giving season. Isn't it cool to just stick one of these on top of your present? Come on. Hello. These are simple. They're easy. My suggestion, get a couple of them because you'll get the flat shipping rate. And then you'll have a couple of gifts for a few of them, because if you've got a couple of nieces, a couple of grandkids, whatever the case may be, one of them's going to go like, why did they get the thing? And just saying, buy a couple. Buy a couple. You don't know what you're going to do with them yet, but you're going to put them to good use. I know you are. How many of these are always one of those? Can I have the multicolored one too?
That's really cool.
Yeah, the multicolored ones. These are ones that I absolutely... in the 6 years that I've had a shop, these are one of those. This is like pure gift. You don't know what to get. One of these. Reason being, you can't go wrong. If you give it to somebody that doesn't understand crystals, guess what? They are going to understand a really cool tree with a bunch of crystals on it. And I'm going to go really kind of over the top with this. And I hope you guys follow along. Let's just say you get this for somebody that's, quote, not into crystals. Or they're not really sure about it and they don't know where to start. You don't know where to start. You start with a tree like this. And then all of a sudden, they pull it apart and they're like, wow, this is really cool. I don't know what it is, but I know I like it. And then all of a sudden, they start on this journey and they're like, oh, right here on the top, it's amethyst. Well, this is about... I understand why this is on the top, because this is about enlightenment. This is about connecting to your higher power. And then I have these lapis here, the lapis lazuli, which, by the way, with my English grammar issues right now, I'm really surprised I pulled that off. And I can talk about how this is about being connected to my third eye and working with myself. And then I have the clear quartz crystals here. And this is the amplifier, the things that Sandy was just talking about. I have green adventuring sitting here, right in the center with the heart tap. And then, of course, I go down here to the sunstone, and I just feel joy whenever I hit this. And then I move down here to the carnelian. You're welcome. you know, with the carnelian, it's about, you know, vitality and working with that. And then I have these red jasper, which is about grounding and centering yourself. And before you know it, you've actually got all of the chakras represented, and you have just given a gift of understanding crystals. Pay attention to your journey. If you're drawn to this, what you have to recognize is that maybe the person that you're going to be giving this to is starting a journey of their own. Uh-oh, everything just changed, didn't it? What's really cool about stuff like this is that it's benign gift giving. It's, you know, how much are these? 25? 30? They're 45. Good. It's not like I priced it. How much are the small ones?
15.
15. So the 15 are the present toppers, right? The 45s are actual gifts where you're like, okay, this is where I'm going to go. So one of them goes inside the box, one of them goes outside the box, but they're all applicable here. Keep in mind that you may be bringing somebody on a journey. You may be kicking it off. And by the way, karmically, that is a huge thing. Don't lose sight of it. Kind of cool. How does that look there on the screen? Look good? Did I fluff it up the right way? Am I doing anything right here? Yeah, cool. You know, we were talking about selenite before, and I think this would be a great time to bring in our selenite sticks. Uh-oh, a little technical issue. They're going a little cray-cray. Oh, you know what I want to do? I think we should actually talk about another artisan gift right now. Oh, about Herkimer? Okay, cool. Yeah, let's talk about Herkimer, and then we're going to talk about some really cool dream catchers that you see up behind us. Come on. Stay right there. We'll give you the cue. Not yet. Oh, Herkimers. Now, are these listed yet?
These are not listed, but I can make it happen.
Yeah, these will be out there in a little bit.
So,
yeah, let's talk about crystals. Why don't you come on camera here and talk about crystals here for a second?
yeah, so Herkimers are mined in Herkimer, New York. So these were, we actually went to Herkimer and got these pieces. But, okay, let's back it up a little bit. Herkimer is great for balance. So if you have any kind of crystal energy that you're working with and it just seems a little too much, you can really balance that out with a Herkimer diamond. The other really cool thing about these pieces are these are actually a celestial Herkimer diamond. So these are just a little more special. So I'm going to go back to this camera and hopefully it's going to up the way I would like it to. So if you look within it, you can actually see the skeletal system of the Herkimer diamond. So
bring it down just a little bit closer to the area you go.
So like I was saying, you could see the skeletal system of the Herkimer diamond with these pieces. And that is going to give it some cosmic properties as well. So those ones are pretty cool. And then we have our straight Herkimers as well.
Why don't you go in front of the camera and hold it up, and that way you can kind of show.
Yeah, so this is going to be one of our larger piece Herkimers. And the clarity and the rainbows that you're getting from these pieces is incredible. Let's see if I can.
And we're going to get those on after, after this broadcast. And that's easily a $200 piece, but
Absolutely.
We're going to sell it for $100. That's
our large Herkimer, yes.
Yep, that'll be on that site, on our site. It'll be a large Herkimer.
And then I wanted to give you guys a view
and then let's call these. Let's call the first one A, and then we'll go B, C, D.
So this will be Herkimer B. This is going to be one of those celestial ones where you can see the skeletal system right in that crystal.
Look at that.
This is going to bring us into balance. So if we're feeling out of balance, this is going to help us out. If we feel as though a crystal energy is too much, or we want it to balance out a grid, again, perfect for that. Moldavite is a very popular stone right now. Herkimer is a great stone to balance that energy out. So you can see right in it, that skeletal system. This is going to be B.
Nice. And I'm gonna line them up A, B, C right here.
This is going to be another one of those skeletal systems. So B is going to be a $45 stone easily. Easily.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have C. Again, this is going to be another skeletal stone. You're going to be able to see right through this. Perfect clarity. It's a great piece.
And what does it mean by skeletal?
So when the crystals are forming, the clarity within the Herkimer is going to show us all the little lines and paths that it took to form.
And by the way, down below, you can also like and follow everything Sandy does on Crystals for the Journey. She has a really cool page. She brings up information about crystals on a regular basis. You can catch her on Facebook or on Instagram, Crystals for the Journey. All right, show us D here.
And then D is, again, it's going to be one of those ones that we're going to see that skeletal formation. It's going to be very, very clear. Another very, very, very cool stone.
So that's number D. Number D. Yeah, here, line those up, and maybe we can bring those up one more time on here. So from left to right, when you look for them on the Artisan, it's going to go A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, and D. It's going to be up about 20 minutes after this broadcast is over. They're priced to sell. But look at these. You know, one of these, I really like these inclusions when they form triangles. I see that a lot. I see that a lot in Herkimers. And, you know, I actually spoke with someone that actually mines crystals all over the world. He goes to Arkansas. When we were in Sedona a couple of weeks ago, I met some really, really cool people. And of course, I'm somewhat of I'm not an expert, even though I'm the son of a gemologist. I don't know a lot from the standpoint of the chemical compounds of it, but I do know that when they're formed, it has a lot to do with the carbon and the silica ratio. Well, one of the things within Herkimers, when you see a bunch of triangles like that, it's a really important thing to realize that spiritually and connectivity part of it, the reason why we talk about it from the metaphysical sense is that these are things like record keeping, Akashic record work. It's also, you know, past life and the soul of the land in which it's being formed with. But I think with a Herkimer with Herkimers like this, it's a really important thing that if you're serious about your spiritual path, Herkimers are absolutely part of this. It's like I think we're going to bring in some grounded stuff here. We've had a lot of things that have kind of taken us off the beaten path here a little bit, and we're going to actually bring in this really cool obsidian tower. We got a couple more pieces here. We're going to go back to back on the no, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about the dream catchers. That's what we're going to do. I'm sitting here talking about everything under the sun that are crystals, and we're going to change this up a little bit. Do you like dream catchers? And by the way, we only have a limited number of these. We have a small, medium, and large, and we're going to bring Phyllis on. Phyllis is fantastic in every way. She does all sorts of cool stuff. And she makes these wonderful dream catchers. Talk about a gift and a half. Hey, Phyllis, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Come on over here. By the way, did you message your entire family and tell them that you'd be reaching out to about 100,000 people right now?
Yep.
Like and subscribe, everybody. So these dream, you got to talk about the inspiration. How did you come up with the inspiration to start making these, and they're beautiful?
Well, I've always had a connection to the Native American culture. I think I probably was a Native American Indian in a past life.
I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
And I'm also into crystals. So I made my dream catchers, and each dream catcher has a crystal in it.
Yeah.
Some are solid like this. Some look like the moon. There's 4 different sizes. These are actual duck feathers that my husband
Really? He had duck feathers?
shot the duck.
Good.
And I used their feathers. He did thank the ducks for dying for him and giving me the feathers. He does actually eat them. Eat the ducks too.
Why would he eat duck feathers?
No, the duck. Meat.
Oh, he ate the actual duck?
Meat, yes. So
Did he put it inside a turkey? Was it a turducken?
no, it wasn't. Yeah. So
By the way, it's John Madden weekend here at Spirit Tree as well. You'll be here all weekend. Fantastic. The thing that I like about these is how well they're made. We've actually carried these in the shop now a couple of years, and we've never had one returned. Not one. Not one.
Okay.
We've had a few stolen.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
par for the course.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yes.
That's why we went online. Anyways, pay for the shipping and handling next time. But we're going to have these on the website. And again, we're going to have them where we have the moon. And then we also have the small guys. These are great ornament sizes. These are great. Remember how we were talking about putting some of them on the gifts and some of them inside the gifts? Well, this one goes on. It's a small. How much are these, Sand?
$5.
$5. Go fill up your cart. And then we've got 15 here. And then we've got 25 here. These are very reasonable. They're a fantastic buy. You can't help yourself with these. They're great and you can't go wrong with them. Again, on the website, you're going to see them where they're either full or moon size. So go ahead and delineate each one. Can we grab one of the full ones too? Can somebody grab one of the full ones? I don't care which size it is. Yeah, that's a good one. I know we've got one up back here. And again, the legend of the dream catcher is about being able to work with, being able to work with your dreams. And again, it also has a lot to do with spider medicine. Are you familiar with spider medicine?
I've heard some.
I had a crash course in spider medicine. And what spider medicine is, you get an awakening of spider medicine. In my case, I woke up with spider bites all over my arms and legs. It was kind of weird. Well, but what happens is that it's an awakening code for you to be able to begin to connect other people, to be able to connect the dots for yourself, and then also be able to connect other people on your spiritual journey. The dream catcher actually represents your past lives, your future lives, and your current lives. So then you begin to understand your purpose and where it is that you're supposed to go with things. These are a great memento. They can sit in the window. They can sit on your tree. Grandkids, are you kidding me? This is the thing. This is the in thing. And it's pretty amazing when you start talking about, what goes into it, the duck feathers and everything else. And quite frankly, when you're using the feathers of a duck, no matter how it came to you, you're utilizing the animal. That's a thing, right? So no greater way to honor the shamanistic value that comes along with the dream catchers than actually using authentic pieces to it. So what's your process? How do you actually create it? Like, do you meditate with it? Like, is it just what comes to you in the moment?
It's just what comes to me in the moment.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's
And
kinda
I
cool.
think about the crystal I'm putting on and what it means. And so.
This is beautiful. All right. So listen, we're going to thank Phyllis for coming. Guys, these are an awesome add-on. So make sure your cart's full before you hit send. These are one of those that should absolutely be on there. They're priced to sell. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Are you guys out of breath yet? I'm not. You know why? I got this thing. Look at that. How'd you like that? Was that like 3D? Did it look like it was coming right? No? Okay. Matt's enthusiasm is like through the roof. By the way, a couple of things that are completely inappropriate about this. It is not a unicorn horn. It is also, Sandy, get in here and save me. It is also not anything to do with the Illuminati, right? Right? You told me don't ever talk like that again. But talk to me about this obsidian.
Yeah, so obsidian is a really cool stone. Obsidian is going to be an ultimate grounding stone, and it's also going to be a stone that cannot fracture. So
Ooh.
when it is forming within the earth, it cannot be fractured by anything. It can be manipulated. So we can take obsidian, we can form it into pyramids, we can put it into tumbles, so on and so forth. The other really cool thing about obsidian is it has a perfect reflection. So when you're looking within a obsidian stone, you can actually see yourself. So this is great work with.
I'm laughing because I'm watching Matt's reaction as I like prop it up with selenite, and he's like,
So
not really.
So you could see yourself within it. It's very mirror-like. Back, thousands of years ago, we would have crystal ball readers, or we would have those that can scry. Most times you're going to use clear quartz because you can see within its depths. Very advanced scryers or crystal ball gazers are going to use obsidian because they can see the reflection, and it's going to work excellent with receiving any kind of messages that we're looking for because we can see it within the reflection.
It's and by the way, those of you that don't know what scrying is, it is actually the technique that Nostradamus used, and it is said that Nostradamus used 3 stones. He used a clear quartz. He used an earth agate of some kind. It was probably like a tree agate or something along those lines, and then a piece of obsidian. Well, the piece of obsidian was not necessarily readily available in mid-century Europe, so he actually was getting it from European explorers from around the world. So he, being in with the Medici family and all that other good stuff, really got involved with it. The other thing about obsidian, and this is where like you start to kind of blend some of the spirituality pieces of it. Obsidian is actually the rock that was carved in the Nacha Plains. And by the way, this is all of the petroglyphs that you can see from above, like the now famous astronaut, the ancient alien astronaut. If you follow ancient aliens, and you should, the obsidian is actually the rock that is carved out of that. Well, through reverse engineering, they realized that they cannot just simply carve that. You really need hard laser or diamond tip stuff. So when she says that it's hard and it's not going to fracture, it's not going to fracture. You might be able to take a chip out of it. You might be able to drop it from the 3rd story and have a dink in the corner, but you're not going to break it in half. How do they get it here? Just like I said, they use diamond tips in order to make these. So what is the price on this?
That is $65, which is an incredible price.
I have no idea how it got to be that. But at any rate, at $65, you need this for a centerpiece. If you are doing things like gridding, if you're gridding a home and you're doing protection work, if you're doing things like maybe you're clearing a house and you want to go in there and make sure that you clear the house, this is the way to go. You start with this and then you work from there.
Another excellent way to use obsidian is it's a EMF protector. So it's going to put you on any kind of EMF. So if you are somebody that works at a computer all day long, it's great for that. But moving on to the next one.
Well, hold on a second. Talk about the EMF stuff. What is the EMF? What is EMF?
Energetic magnetic fields.
Which come from?
I like crystals.
So I should probably take my phone out of my back pocket because I've got EMF up the app. Anyway, so that was awkward. So EMFs are radiant light that comes off of things like computers, computer screens, phones, whatever. By having this, it transmutes it. Now, what that means is it does not change the energy, but it bends the energy. In other words, it absorbs it. It brings it to it instead of letting you get hit by it. This would go great in front of a computer screen or nearby. It will actually attract it away from you. And by the way, not a scientific statement. However, it has been tied to health concerns. We're just going to say that. So talk about this. I mean, we were just talking about the scrying in the ball.
Right. So
we got a few more items here.
This is going to be an obsidian crystal ball. So this would be perfect for gazing within. So if I bring it right up to the camera, we may even be able to see. Are we getting a reflection, Matt?
Yeah, and the ring light.
Yeah.
So good. Hey, we're a professional organization here. Buy now so we can upgrade.
So again, if you are somebody that works within divination, if you're somebody that wants to try out scrying, this is going to be an excellent piece. Obsidian crystal balls or obsidian spheres are not readily available. So this is actually a very rare piece.
Keep going.
This one is going to be $125, and it will come with the stand.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's talk about our bag over there.
Okay.
I got this. Go ahead. Go grab it.
So I did put together a small crystal starter pack. So within the bags, we're going to have an amethyst, a rose quartz, a green aventurine, a celestite, a selenite bar, and a piece of Palo Santo. So I believe that this is a great starter pack because amethyst, again, it's going to be that highest vibrating earth stone. The rose quartz is going to be all about unconditional love. That's a great stone to keep in our pocket and just remind us all about kindness and just helping one another. The green aventurine is going to be all about joy and optimism. And then the celestite is going to be an excellent stone for communication. So if you're somebody that has a difficult time using your voice, this is going to be a great stone to really help you work through that. Selenite, like we said, is a stone that's really going to help cleanse and clear other crystals. It's going to help cleanse and clear your auric field. It's going to help cleanse and clear those around you, so environment energy as well. And then I touched on it a little bit, but Palo Santo is a wood that can be burned in order to do all those same properties as the selenite.
And it's, just a word about Palo Santo. This is known as sacred wood. Palo Santo means sacred wood, right? And the way that these are mined now in Brazil, in the Amazon, actually supports the reforestation of the Amazon. So a lot of people talk about, oh, I don't use Palo Santo anymore. I don't do A, B, and C. Because of that, just a little education goes a long way. And Palo Santo is actually being reforested. Remember a couple of years ago when the tribal members threw themselves at the Brazilian parliament? Well, this is what they were actually talking about. They were talking about preserving these so that then they could reforest and grow it. And you've got a couple of different packs. We've got a couple of different options here, right?
They're all the same. I thought that these crystals intuitively picked would be excellent crystals for starters.
We just happen to have two of them here. But
yes.
But listen, these are another great. How much are these?
22.
22. So you're getting these high quality stones. You're getting the Palo Santo. And again, just to kind of pull, is this a chevron?
It is a chevron.
She's like, these are high end amethyst, guys. Like these are like $12 stones. These are not like, oh, just throw them a couple of stones. No, these are high level. The amethyst and my gosh, and the blue calcite alone.
This is celestite, so that
the celestite. Oh my gosh.
So this is going to be a.
You just said that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a small celestite because these celestites can be, very large.
And celestites are great for meditation, everybody. Great for meditation, great for ET work, great for CE5 work.
Moon work, any kind of cosmic energy.
Yes. Fantastic. All right, let's move along. Let's do a couple more here. And I think we're gonna finish with a couple of specimens here. We've got an apophyllite that is, again, it's another one of these bargains. Thanks so much for letting us kind of bring these into you here. It's almost a heart shape. Had it been a full heart shape, it'd be $1 million. But apophyllite is another one of these meditation stones. It's also great for your connection with off-planet work. Maybe you're trying to elevate. They're really cool. They're really pretty. I'm going to go right up on here, right on this one here. How we looking, Maddie? Yeah, it's kind of good, right? Right? So, Sandy, tell us a little bit about apophyllite.
Yeah, so like Brandon was just saying, apophyllite is absolutely a cosmic stone. This is going to be a stone that is really going to work with cosmic energy, so off-planet energy. This is great for CE5 meditation work if that's something you're interested in. It's also going to be great for meditation in general. So if you really want to take your meditations to the next level, apophyllite's the stone for you. Something really cool about apophyllite is it can be oftentimes confused with clear quartz. Clear quartz will always come to a point with 6 sides. Apophyllite will not. So if it's less than 6, it's apophyllite. If it's 6, clear quartz.
Look at you. She's like militant about it. If it's 6, it's clear quartz. You almost sound a little German with that. Well, listen, let's finish on a high note here. We've got one more specimen. Wait, what else do you want to say?
This is the other thing. This piece for you guys is $22.
Shut up. Just telling you, first come, first serve. Go grab it. Go grab it, everybody. Holy Toledo. And listen, thanks for supporting us. Before we, we're going to head off into the sunset here. we've got another really cool amethyst piece here. And again, it's crackled. I'm going to hold it up right here as Sandy starts to talk about it. Let's kind of go big or go home. It almost looks like a, oh gosh, it's almost like a healer stone, but it kind of looks like a coffin in a weird sort of way. But Sandy, tell us about...
Yeah, so amethyst is, again, going to be that highest vibrating earth stone. We're going to put our hands over it. We're going to feel that energy right away. Amethyst, again, it's going to really help us break negative patterns. It's going to be a very soothing stone. It's going to help with dream recall. But above all else, we also have a stalactite in this stone. So that's when the amethyst is cut like that.
Lengthwise?
Lengthwise.
Yeah, you're not on camera, but we also...
Okay. So lengthwise, and it creates these stars within the amethyst, which are really cool. But with this shape, we can actually use it as a healing tool that we can run over the chakras. And with that, we are stabilizing the energy. We're evening out, smoothing it out, so then we can work within the chakras. So this is going to be one of those pieces that I like to say, it's high vibrational decor. It's going to look great in any room. Perfect for a nightstand because it's going to, again, really aid in dreaming, dream recall, lucid dreaming, if that's something that we're looking for. Calming an overactive mind, but again, a great tool for crystal healers with the shape.
How much are they?
This is going to be $125.
Yeah. So listen, one of the things that I think too with some of these crystals, it's such a unique piece that it's one of those things that when you connect the dots with this is a great conversation piece too. It's a great way for you to start talking crystals with people. It's a great way for you to start talking about how crystals work for you and all of that other good stuff. And oh, by the way, you're also increasing your vibration. So listen, guys, Sandy, I want to thank you for joining.
Yeah.
These are really cool. You're going to see it on the Spirit Tree Artisan website.
Oh.
You're going to be able to order these on a first come, first serve.
One more, the moons.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
What's this one?
Yeah, so these happen to be a favorite, so I got to throw these out there.
Sure.
All right, so the last one. Sorry, guys. This is going to be a selenite charging plate. We can put our crystals right on top of that, and it's going to help cleanse those crystals of any kind of energy that they've absorbed. But the really cool thing about them is they have the moon phases etched in them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, we're being told. Producer Matt's like, what's with the bag? What's with the shiny? Don't do that. He's giving us 2 thumbs up. By the way, you will be receiving one in the package. There we go. Yeah, so these are great. And again, like when you take, this is a great combo if you take the mini kit here and just put some of the stones on it.
Yeah.
These work really well. They're great for cleansing. They're great for...
I got it, B.
There you go. So put a few of those on there. And by the way, you can put selenite on selenite. You can work within your whatever it is that you have. They're just kind of like one of those toolkit things. How much are these, Sand?
These are 18, but I only have 4.
Okay, so we only have 4. Some of them are first come, first serve. So Sand, why don't you come back on here, right here, and we're gonna sign off, everybody. We're gonna thank you for being a part of things here. How'd you like this? I told you
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're like, all right, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, not too.
Wasn't too bad. Nobody yelled at you, right? No, you good? Listen, you're gonna go and like Crystals for the Journey on Facebook and on Instagram. You're gonna go to spirittreeartisan.com and look for the holiday special that we have there now. We're gonna come back in a couple of more weeks, or maybe in another week, with another set of these. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys understand that these are reasonable crystals. They're helping you for the journey. And listen, I'm going to give everybody the heart tap to remind one another to simply keep going. Love and care for each other. So here we go. All right, guys. Thanks again so much. Thanks, Sandy.
Thank you.
And thanks to Vicky, and thanks to Phyllis for joining us here, talking about their artisan stuff that they've got on our website as well. And we're going to see you guys soon. All right, Matt, take us out of here.